We got one from the comments today. Let's check them out. This is Jakub Kiwior. Again, apologies for pronunciation, but he is a Polish 22-year-old, so no longer Wonder Kid status, but contracted to Arsenal, 13 million to 39 million rated for 58k per week is what he's making as a fringe player. 22 years old, wow. According to Olympus9 or IX, who put the comment in one of the videos earlier, said that he's heard that Mikel Arteta told the media that Kiwi will reshape the whole Arsenal gameplay in the future. So, with that alone, I'm curious myself to see what this kid turns out to be. His numbers look pretty nice. I mean, 14s, some 12s and 13s, definitely some room to grow, especially for Arsenal. But right now as a fringe player, it's kind of interesting. I guess he's no longer a youngster, but in the next 10 years, we definitely will see how he turns out. As you can see, milestones, you can see first international cap, scored his first senior club goal, made his senior club debut, and relegation from Fortuna Liga. I'll get to where he's been, his career stats in the next go round. But for right now, he's not looking too bad. Definitely, like I said, definitely room to grow. And I hope some of these numbers kind of get up there. Off the ball of 7, flair of 9, okay. But long shots, long throws, Some of these sub 10 numbers, you don't really care about all that much. Off the ball of 7's not the greatest, but long throws, long shots, finishing, corners of 9. If you're going to be kind of on that left side, if you're going to play a wing back, if you up the pitch, that's possibly an issue. But he doesn't seem to have a lot of numbers that are problematic. So with that said, let's just skip to the next 10 years and see what happens. Well, it is the end of the 2033 season, and as you can see, he is at Borussia Dortmund. He's actually been here for several years. He has 263 appearances, 5 goals. I did mention he's a center back. I mean, you saw, obviously, but center back, DM role. He can actually play the midfield now, but he had the DL on the side, so he was accomplished there already. So he's definitely got some versatility to him. But transfer is already arranged to Inter at the end of this season, beginning of next. So 6.4 to 19 million rated as a regular starter, 150k per week. Sadly, he is no longer in Arsenal's plans, has not been for quite a while. And as we actually take a look, he started out, he's been around the block. So GKS Tychy in Poland, off to Anderlecht for 10.5k, moved off to Sport, 8.75k, off to MSK Zilina in Slovakia, 220. Again, around the block. Off to Italy, Spezia, 1.3, 18.25 to Arsenal, loaned to RB Leipzig, and then a 15.5 move to Borussia Dortmund. He's done. He wasn't doing the great until he hit Borussia Dortmund. 696 and above. It's 693. But every year, he's getting games. He's doing well. Seems to be loving life in Germany, but off to Italy back again. So we'll see what happens with that. But some of his stats look nice. His mentals look nice. Physicals, acceleration and pace aren't there, but center back, hopefully you can sit back a little bit. But technicals, not really grown all that much. Marking of 15 is fantastic. Technique of 15. Tackling of 14, passing of 14, first touch of 14. So he's got some good numbers, but some of the other numbers just haven't grown nearly as much as I'd hoped. But for some reason, technicals don't, and it's kind of annoying. Now, one thing I have not mentioned is his potential number in the database is a static 159. So it is definitely good enough to be on pretty much any team, whether he's a starter at a Liverpool or Man City or Real Madrid versus a squad player. I can't say that, but mid-level tables, definitely good enough to be a starter. Germany, obviously, he's a regular starter at Borussia Dortmund, who I'm assuming is doing fairly well, but that's where he is in the potential rankings. Still, 159 is pretty good. But beyond that, a lot of seasonal best 11s bought by Borussia Dortmund. Continue to see the best 11s, inducted into the best 11. So overall, that's about it. Seasonal best 11s and a couple of international pieces and senior or club debuts and things like that. But he's got 109 caps for Poland, 2 goals. He's I mean, he is looking pretty nice. Definitely, again, as I always say, one to scout and take a look at and see how he goes in your save. Injury-wise, absolutely nothing is pretty interesting to see. Mostly slights, a couple minors, one moderate for 8 days. So definitely one that's not going to find himself with the medical staff for all that often. So tactically, he does have most of his appearances in a DM role with 42 with 1 goal, 691. He's played 5 in the midfield center, 680. Internationally, though, is where he's playing mostly the center back. 7 appearances, 669 average rating. He's just not lighting things up as much as you'd hope. But you know what? I mean, he's still not doing too badly. 691 and 680 are nothing to laugh at. But I think right now we are going to move to the end of his career. We'll see how that Inter move has gone, and we'll see when he retires. So let's check it out. So 2036 is when he plans to retire. It looks like that, as you can see right there in his plans. One short-term plan. But right now, still at Inter, 300K to 900K, 72K per week as a fringe player is what he's making. Nothing really has changed. His acceleration and pace have gone down. His physicals obviously have gone down. But overall, I mean, still looking not too bad, but definitely, as we've seen with all of these player profiles, definitely time to call it a career. But 11 starts, 20 off the bench. I mean, he's still making a lot of appearances. 1 assist, 680. I mean, he could probably try it out for another season just to see what it's like. But 2 appearances off the bench for the Tim Cup, 670. UEFA European Championship qualifying, 7 appearances, 714. He looks like he's doing fantastic in Europe. But 133 caps is probably where it's going to stop. He is looking nice. It's definitely not too bad at all. 94 appearances for Inter. You know, let's just go to the career stats. 3 seasons in, 696, 679, 680. Not too bad. I mean, pretty much just below average or right around the average mark. So, I mean, you know, one to look at. Definitely one to, I mean, I would say pick up if you're in the lower to mid table. And he could probably help you out a good deal. So now you can see why he went to Inter. Super Copa Tim winners, Tim Cup winners, Tim champions, Serie A Tim champions. So he's got the trifecta with Inter, and it's a good time to retire with actually a couple of trophies in the cabinet that Arsenal didn't bring you, that Borussia Dortmund didn't bring you, but Italy is where you got it made. Couple more injuries, really nothing bad at all. 3 days for food poisoning. I was out for 2 weeks with it once. How good are these club doctors? Sadly, the 3 winners' medals that he's gotten during his career are the ones that he's gotten with Inter. But overall, I mean, yeah, definitely scout and take a look at him. He looks pretty nice. Unfortunately, does not look like he is going to be the next, Arsenal headman that Arteta builds his team around. At least not for FM. But in your sake, maybe so. The more you deal with these players, the more hands-on you are with these players, the better they could turn out to be. But anyway, that is it for the career of Jakub Kiwior. I am Sefian FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.